For the time being, let's turn our attention from telecom to the capital goods sector. Well, that's in focus. A Reuters report suggests that the government is planning to scrap a 5-year-old restriction on Chinese firms bidding for government contracts. Vinnii joins us first to set things up, and then we go across to Amit and Vani. Vinnii?
Hi. So, yes, absolutely. Yesterday, we had this report that came in from Reuters. Like you mentioned, the Finance Ministry is planning to scrap that 5-year-old restriction on Chinese firms. This restriction was placed in 2020 on power, railway and other sensitive contracts. These are government contracts. So, yesterday, we saw all these stocks fall in trade. Now, obviously, what came in today as an update furthermore, brokerages seem more divided in terms of the timelines, actual implementation if this actually takes place, and given that these are sensitive sectors that are involved in these contracts for the government contract. Now, what is the view for Bernstein? Bernstein said the relaxation may be more segment-based with prior requirements on part of Chinese firms, so approval coming on that front, but more segment-wise. They said the negative impact could come in for players like L&T, equipment players, while beneficiaries of this, if actually takes place, then they would include asset owners like Power Grid and NTPC. What is Jefferies' view? They said the highest impact, if this actually takes place, would come in for BHEL, L&T, Afcons, ABB as well as CG Power, while lowest impact would be defense companies followed by Cummins. Other than that, we have impact that came in on T&D companies also is what Jefferies is highlighting. So we could see impact on Siemens Energy as well as Hitachi Energy. What is IIFL's view? They said that the Chinese company TBEA is likely to participate in Power Grid's tenders for these reactors, and restriction will be on a case-to-case basis, and other specific products will be specifically mentioned, not for everything as a whole. It will be case-to-case basis. Philip Capital is saying that Chinese players have mostly kept out of these grid, railways as well as metro signaling tenders, and headline policy has created uncertainties. Obviously, that could weigh on sector valuation in the near term. Even Macquarie is saying that this move will help supply chain constraints in import as well as dependent critical equipment speed up project execution, as well as lifting these import curbs will be gradual and calculated. ICI Securities is saying that easing will allow Chinese companies to set up factories in India and compete as well. So quite a divided view coming in, but important to see if this actually comes through. But impact surely comes in for some of these players in this industrial sector.
Thank you very much for that. We saw the impact yesterday as well, 3 to 10% lower on many of the stocks.